Hello friends, welcome to bsptrainings.com. My name is Amit and today we are going to see one of the important utility of Hyperion planning administration called grid diagnostics. I'm sure being an administrator you're always concerned about the performance, and data form is one of the important aspect because this is a data form where people are going to communicate to your planning application, and data form is poorly designed. It takes plenty of time to open, and this discourage your business user to use data form. So we'll do this session in two steps. First, I'm going to give you a very quick overview about how grid diagnostic utility work, and then in next step, we'll design data form considering different performance parameters. I'll keep showing you different parameter, and we evaluate the cost of data form step by step. So this is going to be a very small session. Let's quickly see how it works. So the grid diagnostic utility, I'm going to underline all the important things. Grid diagnostic utility allow you to view the time it takes to open form, right? That's what you like to capture, and ad hoc grids. And based upon the time it takes, you can decide your data form is appropriate or not. The standard benchmarking is it should be less than 1 second. Any data form which open less than 1 second is considered as good. But in real world scenario, it may not be always possible. Even though the time data form takes 1 to 5 seconds, it is also considered as good. So you can select whether to view the data form in chat. In addition to this, you have got multiple ways to present your data. You can display in chat and tabular view both, right? And this way you can identify the data form which are poorly designed, and you decide how you need to redesign the data form considering all the Oracle recommendations. So let's get started. Prior to this version, this utility used to ship along with as a patch .7g, but now in 11.124 you can see this utility available in your tool option. Now let's see how this utility works. I log into my planning application already, and I've got set of data form. This is my vision application, which is appropriate to evaluate the data form testing. I've got multiple data forms and data grid. Here I'll be invoking this utility tool, the diagnostic. Right now my all data forms are designed appropriately and takes less than 1 second to run to load the data, right? The moment I run diagnostic, this is my old one. I run the run diagnostics once again, and whichever data form you want to evaluate the performance, you can select it. I'm going to take all of them for the sake of simplicity and run diagnostics. So it takes few seconds, and now you see there are three benchmark. The load time taken as less than 1 second, and the load time taken more than in between 1 to 5 second, your pie chart, and more than 5 second, right? So this is a default tabular view. When I click on this chart, I can see the detailed information about it. So I can see the list of the form, the data plan, the plan type it is associated with. Suppression is important because it also slow speed up your data load process. Number of rows and column used in data form, unsuppressed rows and unsuppressed column, how many pages it has, and time, load time taken. If you scroll down, you see most of data form have taken less than 1 second, right? Most of data form, it in fact it has taken some milliseconds. So my form, we are living in a it's a perfect example of all data form takes less than 1 second. Now what we do, I open data form and intentionally poorly design the form, and we see now how much time a data form takes. Let's take any data form. I take a data form over here, activity plan and target. Edit this, and I'm going to modify the data form. In order to read the statistics, I'm going to intentionally, rather than using a specific member of activity ratio, I'll bring all the member of my common chart of account and product. So I'll drag and drop from point of view to my rows, the product, and also my total hierarchy, TD, into my row. Now I select all the products. I select all the product rather than selecting individual. I select TP and decide all the descendant of it, including TP. Right. In addition to this, I also select total dimension, total entity structure, TD. I select all of them and decide they are all going to be entity. these entities are going to be descendant, so that we can see the worst scenario of loading this data form. I select descendants, across, right. So I got descendants of total entity and all products. And activity ratio is also part of your account dimension. So you select this and now you bring all the account dimension. And that really takes plenty of time to load this data form. I select the data form and select all the descendants. We rerun this utility and see how much time this data form takes, right? Now I modify in a way that it should occupy most of the time because the number of members are really high in terms of common chart of account, entity, and product. I save as this. So I saved it anyways. I save and finish it, right? Because it got modified. We run this utility once again at the tools, diagnostics, grid, and you can select data form, one or all. Well, I'm going to select all of them once again, but I know only one data form will take plenty of time. Run it, and now we capture it. It takes few more seconds to run. You render the statistics. So diagnostic got completed. Now look at the stats. This is my pie chart, and I could see 3.17% extra, right? Load time 1 to 5 seconds. Let's click on this pie chart and you see the detail. Now if you focus on one of the chart will be taking plenty of time, at least more than 1 second. Scroll down, the one we modified. Which was that? This is the form. I click on this activity and plan. These two data forms are taking plenty of time. Time taken. You also see the number of rows I used over here 3126 and column 254, right? And unseparated rows and column. The page 52 and the time taken 31 seconds, which is poorly bad, indeed bad. So this is one way you can, before, after you creating a standard data form, you can evaluate the time it takes. Now in second part of the video, we are going to see what are the recommendation by Oracle you should use while designing data form. And we'll follow each recommendation one by one and see how we can cut down the time taken to load the data form. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching today's video and have a great day ahead.